Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Saturday Show. Oh, I didn't realize how awful I look. Welcome to another episode of the Saturday Show. You see the topic, but first I have to get some bills paid. Let's start off with this. Subscribe. Oh, hold on a second, guys. Sorry about that. That one here was getting on my nerves. So subscribe. Subscribing literally costs you nothing. I am at 373, which means I am 17 away from 400. I should well be on my way to 10,000 by now, but things don't work out the way I had planned. Help me get to my goal of 1,000 before the year's end. Subscribing literally costs nothing, $0 that it costs to subscribe and support this channel. Your subscriptions mean everything to me. It helps me to get my content out there to where people can see it. And if you are so inclined, support me on Patreon. Patreon support starts at $2 a month. That helps me to get new lighting, as which you can see I desperately need. Your support is appreciated. It's 50 cents a week. So if you can't spare it, you can't spare it. But I would appreciate support on my Patreon. There's a link. And nobody's joined yet, but I'm still have the Join TRACYMedia Group mailing list. That is where you can get the official newsletter. As I said last week and the week before that and the week before that, I'm cutting down on the announcements that I'm making and I'm putting them in my newsletter along with other content that I'm really excited about for 2026. I got some really good things planned coming up, but of course you can't know about them unless you join the mailing list. So please join the mailing list. It's completely free. Your name will not be sold to anyone. So, also help us to get 75 likes and 40 shares. That helps us to fool the algorithm. The more people that like and the more people that share, the more subscribers we can get. And final announcement is mark your calendars, Saturday, September the 20th, 2025 at 7 p.m. I am sponsoring a channel fundraiser. My goal is to raise $700 in one evening. Tickets are $25 per person. However, you got plenty of time to save, plenty of time to gather your funds together and be a part of this exciting event. Once you register, I'll send you all the information about the Zoom room we'll meet up in and tell you about the activity we're going to do. It's going to be a fun night, but I need you to register so you still got time because September the 20th is a long way away. So that all in the out of the way, I'm going to actually see something on my channel here before I get started. You see the topic. I'm trying to do something here, guys. I'm sorry. I am really trying here something that I should have. Nope. We're going to do this and see. So I'm used to my crew being here, but they are not here tonight. Or today. Not tonight. Today. So I am talking about best and worst actors to play Batman. And let's see. I'm actually... Hold on a second. I don't think yeah, I am live. Okay. I'm like, am I live? Do people know I'm live? Oh, yeah. People definitely know I'm live. So maybe it's a busy day, but that's okay. I'm going to continue to proceed. So I am talking about, of course, best and worst actors to play Batman. I'm gonna go. Telling that I'm going way, 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 way back, and then I'm gonna bring it up to a modern, or the recent actors that played Batman. Let me start off with this. Batman is not my favorite superhero, not by a long shot. I don't really. I love hate the character. Like, right, there's some aspects I'm like, okay, you don't have any superpowers, you can't fly, you're not super strong, you can't run really fast, um, you can't change time, you don't control the weather, there's nothing that you can do. But he's a regular person using, oh, I'm sorry, my hair decided to itch. He's a regular person using his regular powers. Well, again, he doesn't have power, he has intelligence. Um, he has, I guess, martial arts skills. But he's just a regular guy that has decided to fight crime because his parents got killed, etc., etc. Hopefully, you know the backstory. Um, if you don't, I'm gonna try to do my best. So if this misses, and there's like fans out there that can tell me if I got this right, um, let me know, because I think what happened is Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, he was like 12 or 13, and his parents were murdered in front of him, and he decided to fight justice. Something around there, but I don't know how old he was. I'm thinking he was 12, might have been 12, but I guess that's his backstory. Um, Only Alfred the butler and Robin, who's Dick Grayson slash a whole bunch of other actors that have taken on other characters that have taken on the Robin role, know that he's Batman. In the in what I watched, which was a 1960s show, Batman was really campy, but in the comic books, it was like really, really dark. Um, so just kind of keep that in mind. Like I said, I'm gonna be talking about um some of the best, some of the worst, and I'll just say what I didn't rank them. I'm just gonna just go with what I remember. So when I said, well, who are other actors that I don't know who's played um um Batman? Okay, so let me say this. I've never seen Christian Bale as Batman, so I can't rank him. I've never seen Christian Bale play Batman, and I haven't seen that vampire boy. Oh, what's his name? That vampire boy. Um, um, oh, he played in the vampire movies. Oh, Robert Pattinson. Yes. Okay. He played in that movie called The Batman. Never seen him. Never seen Christian Bale. Never seen Kevin Conroy, which I think that was a voice actor. Um, Keanu Reeves. Some of these are cartoons. I have like a list of actors that have played Batman, and some of them, I think I'm going to stick to the live action ones because I'm not familiar with a lot of these actors. I think they did it like this. So let's see. So we're going to talk about, we're not going to talk about Dale DeBone because that's more of your adult entertainment. So I'm going to kind of read off this list. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll kind of read off the list, and we'll start with, I'm just going to go over this for memory. So I'm going to start with Michael Keaton. I think that's a good place to start. Now he's one of the, and here's the thing about Batman, the movies slash the comic strip slash the TV show. Like either the actor is a really good Bruce Wayne, but a terrible Batman, or is a really good Batman, but a terrible Bruce Wayne. It's like they can never find the actor to like play both. And that's hard to do. And I know I'm going to mention a whole nother series, but Christopher Reeves is a really good example of what I'm talking about. He was both a good Clark Kent, a great Clark Kent. It was also a great Superman. Like he had those two like so well played. Um, it was really good. But of course, that this is about Batman, not Superman. So let's just get started. So I said I'm starting off with Michael Keaton. Now, Michael Keaton was in the movie, and Tracy can't remember what it is, so I'm gonna just cheat. Um, Michael Keaton was um he was in, I know he was, I don't know how many, I'm trying to find out how many Batman movies Michael Keaton has been in. Okay, so Keaton Batman, he's voice actor. I'm going through his Wikipedia page here. Okay, so we're gonna just type in Batman. Batman. Okay, so he was in Batman in 1989 and Batman Returns in 1992. So I saw both of these. And I remember I really loved, even though I thought, the Bat credit card was just like crap. It's like, well, how you gonna have a Bat credit card? I don't know. Um, but I it was different than what I grew up on, right? Because again, I grew up on the 1960s show. So to see that turn to be like this dark character, it was different, right? But he's one of the better actors to play Batman. He was really, I found him better playing Bruce Wayne than I did Batman. He was like a really, really good Bruce Wayne. He was okay as Batman, but not like outstanding. Um, just not, and especially in Batman Returns. I think that was the one with Danny DeVito. Batman Returns, um, let's see, yeah. Oswald Cobblepot, the penguin, played by Danny DeVito. I was going to say Danny Petrillo. Danny DeVito was in the second one. Let's see, and that was Michelle Pfeiffer in this one. So Michael Keaton, yep, Michelle Pfeiffer. Okay, so Michelle Pfeiffer was in the second one. So it was Danny DeVito, Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito, Michelle Pfeiffer, Christopher Walken. Well, which one was Jim Carrey? Oh, Jim Carrey. Okay, never mind. I know the answer to my question because I thought Jim Carrey was in it with Michael Keaton. He was in one of the Batman series, but not with Michael Keaton. So the first one was with Kim Basinger, I think. So Jack Nicholson. Okay, so Jack Nicholson, Michael. This is the first one. So there was Jack Nicholson. He played the Joker. Michael Keaton played Batman, Bruce Wayne. Kim Basinger, Pat Ringo, Billy D. Williams was in it, and Jack Palance was in the. Um. Wow. I see. I get them mixed up because I'm like, well, which one was Jim Carrey? Jim Carrey and Michael Keaton never were in the same movie, not that series, um, together. So let's see. Uh, Da 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 da. Uh, 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 uh. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see something else here. Let's see. Okay. I'm trying to see who else. Who else could I think of? Oh, yeah, and I'm gonna get to the ones that I did see. Okay. So here comes my worst choice for Batman, and it's not Ben Affleck. Even though now that I just said Ben Affleck, might as well talk about Ben Affleck, right? He wasn't terrible, terrible, terrible. Yes, he was a terrible Bruce Wayne, but he was like an okay Batman, right? So he was in. I don't think he did a standalone Batman movie, right? I don't think he did. I think Ben Affleck. Uh, let's see. I think he. Um, I think he I think he was in the Justice League movies playing Batman. I don't think he did a standalone Batman movie by himself. Let me double check. I am exactly right. Okay, so Affleck did start in a psychological thriller. Okay, and he played the Superman. Superman. He played the superhero Batman in the DC extended universe. So he was in the Justice League. He did not star in like a Batman by himself. uh Wait a minute, I'm gonna take that back. He was in Batman versus Superman Dawn of Justice. That's where Superman and Batman were feuding, right? And they all of a sudden become friends because they both realized their mothers who had passed on were named Martha. That's right. So I take it back. Ben Affleck was in a standalone movie, but it was Batman versus Superman. Um, like I said, he wasn't terrible. Um, he also played Batman in the Suicide Squad. Um, and so yeah, okay, got it. So I'm not gonna pick. I'm not gonna pick Ben Affleck as one of the worst Batmans. My choice? Oh, it's George Clooney. Oh, it's George Clooney. I don't even understand what they were trying to do. Like, he was like a terrible Batman and he was a terrible Bruce Wayne. Like, nobody believed it. Like, look, you see all his gray hair, right? Everybody knows George Clooney has gray hair, right? They didn't, did they color? Did they color it? Did they do anything? Let me see that they. Okay, so I'm gonna type in George Clooney as Batman. Let me see, because they just have his head covered. And if you Google searches, look at. Oh, I guess they did try to like low cut his hair, but who sat here and thought, "Yup, let's just take an Oscar, two-time Oscar went two-time. Yeah, he played he yep, so he's won 2 Oscars, I think. And he was in Batman and Robin 1997. Let me tell you how terrible this movie. This movie it was like they were trying, like you had the darkness of the first movies with Michael Keaton. And then this comes out and they're like, you know what? We're gonna make it fun. We're gonna make it fun. And it was terribly. It was terribly acted. It had George Clooney, that girl from Clueless. Jim Carrey was not in that one. I'm trying to think who else is in it. George Clooney. Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, I forgot this one. Okay, so you had George Clooney, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Chris O'Donnell played Robin. Uma Thurman was Poison Ivy. Schwarzenegger played Mr. Freeze. Alicia Silverstone, that's the girl from Clueless. Michael Goo or Guile, Pete Hingle, and Elle McPherson. Oh, even the plot. Oh my. Oh my. This movie was so terrible. I don't even know who directed this. Joe Schumacher. How did I know? How did I know that Joe Schumacher was? Anytime you see a movie, his name gonna be on it for directing, and it's terrible. Yeah, just look for Joe Schumacher. I'm sitting here like, oh my gosh, why? How can you be both? And what's, oh my goodness, yeah, it's like leaving me speechless of how bad he was. Like, how can you be both a terrible Batman and then turn around and be a bad Bruce Wayne? And like George Clooney, say what you want about Clooney, he's a good actor, and he couldn't even pull this off. That's how. And who wrote this crap? Who sat there and said, "Yep, this is it. This is what I'm gonna do. Yep, let's make it campy. Let's put Batgirl in there because we all love Batgirl. Oh yeah, her backstory of being the commissioner's daughter, who fights crime. Yep, believable, totally believable. It was just, and Arnold Schwarzenegger as what? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I'm still. Yeah, he was the worst. He was the worst actor to play Batman. I've never seen such a mailed in. He didn't even bother to mail it in. It was like he signed a contract when he was real young, and he didn't know no better, and so he got to be successful. And they were like, "Well, time to pay up." And it's like, I gotta make this movie. Yes. And then it's like, okay, let me just make this movie because I need something to write off, or I need to make a bad movie because, well, people won't like me anymore. I don't even understand why they made this movie. I don't understand the theory behind this movie. I don't understand anything about this movie. Oh my, and then the title, Batman and Robin. Are you serious? You couldn't come up with anything? I mean, come on. Like, you couldn't come up with anything other than this. This is the best that you can do? This. And then listen to the plot. Okay, talk about box office success. How? This movie cost $160 million to make and took in box office of $238 million. Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't understand. And they had somebody tell me what the Wayne Foundation does. Just anybody. Anybody. I'm gonna find out. Okay, so Jim Carrey. Oh, Batman Forever. Okay. So this is the one I couldn't remember. So Batman Forever. Okay, so this is my next one. So Val Kilmer, rest in peace, was in Batman Forever. That was in 2000 some. Oh, it's 1995. Again, Schumacher with the directing. Oh my gosh. Let's see. In Gotham City, Batman defeats the hostage situation by orchestrating a criminal Two-Face. Okay, so in this one, you had Val Kilmer, who played Batman, Tommy Lee Jones, who played Two-Face, Jim Carrey was the Riddler, Nicole Kidman, Chris O'Donnell, so he was in Batman and Robin and this one, and Michael Gould and Pat Hingle. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Val. Yeah, but I thought Val Kilmer was in 2 Batman movies. Yeah, I'm doing. Okay. So he was also, no, he was in Tombstone. He was only in 1 Batman movie. I thought he was in 2. Um, yeah, Val Kilmer. Now he's one. He kind of got both of them right. Right? He got Bruce Wayne right, and he got. I think Val Kilmer. I know everybody says Michael Keaton's the best Batman, but I think I can make a really strong case for Val Kilmer also, because I think he was like both a good Bruce Wayne and a good Batman. Like I said, Michael Keaton was far better as Bruce Wayne than as Batman. Like if they had just did the movie about Bruce Wayne, he would have pulled it off. But then he got in that costume and it wasn't realistic enough for me. I'm like, But I think Val Kilmer was better as Batman than Michael Keaton. And again, I don't think Ben Affleck was terrible. I think he got a lot of Affleck. But I think he got a lot of criticism that he didn't necessarily deserve for playing that role. And again, it's a hard thing to pull off, right? Because Batman is so iconic, right? And you have to get everything just right. You have to get the casting right. You have to have the audience buy into it. And some of these actors that played Batman, I'll read off a list here in just a moment. Either they did it in like the cartoon, the animated series, or they were like in the live action. Because I'm just talking about the movies now. Again, I never saw Christian Bale as Batman, so I can't talk about his performance. So I didn't know he was English. Which Batman movie was he in? Oh, The Dark Knight. Let me read the plot of this one. I'm sorry. I did not know. I literally did not know he was from England. The Dark Knight trilogy. So he was in 3 Batmans. Okay. I did not know this. Okay. Bell turned okay, and Chris Nolan. Batman Begins, a reboot of the film series. Christopher Nolan. Okay, so he was in Batman Begins. Who was in this? Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Liam Neeson, Katie Holmes, Gary Oldman, Cillian Murphy, Tom Wilson, Rudder Hogue, Ken Watanabe, and Morgan Freeman. Because I think Morgan Freeman was the butler, right? He was Alfred. Yeah, this is the more darker tone because Christopher Nolan tends to take like way darker tones than most directors. I mean, him and Tim Burton are really similar in that fashion. But like I said, for me to believe it, it's gonna be hard for me to because again, Batman is not one of my favorite superheroes. I think white privilege is his power, and I think people hype him up, but still, I mean, he's one of the more likable ones. I don't hate him. So it's hard for me to. I guess I'm more critical of people that play Superman than opposed to Batman because I'm like, oh, this one. I could probably almost name every actor that's played Superman without having to look it up. Who voiced? Okay, so now I'm going to move to the animated. So, of course, there's Batman the animated series. That was in like the late, like mid 90s, early 2000s. That was decent, right? Because the series spent a whole lot of time having him be Batman as opposed to Bruce Wayne. And I guess that's what I was like. Because it's a Bruce Wayne, like, dude, what do you do as a living? Like the Wayne Foundation, what does it do? Does it make stuff? Is it an influencer? Is it digital marketing? What is it? And how did Bruce Wayne move from being a millionaire to a billionaire? Like, what does he do? Does he read plans? Does he do budgets? What is it that he's doing to be a billionaire or a millionaire? I don't know. I don't know what the Wayne Foundation does. I'm confused about what the Wayne Foundation does. But I wanted to talk about the animated series because I did like the animated series a lot. It came on in I want to say the 2000s. Oh, I'm sorry. It came on in 1992. So and it was like really, really dark, but it was for kids, so they couldn't make it too dark. Like, right, they didn't do like the Sis Boom Pow Wow of like the 1960 show, but they couldn't make it like super violent either because they were like pushing, like they were like marketing this towards children. I know Kevin Conroy is one of the ones, and it went backtrack. So Batman the animated series was on from like 1993 to 1995. And the thing I liked about this series is like this Batman was like more smart alecky than the other Batman. Were I'm trying to think who else. I never saw the Justice League. Peter Weller, Troy Baker, again, Justice League, Roger Craig Smith, Batman Ninja, Diedrich Bader, Batman the Brave. Yeah, some of these actors, I just, surprisingly, Jimmy Kimmel has voiced Batman in Teen Titans Go. William Baldwin in the Justice League. Brian McKenzie, Zachary Gordon. I don't think a woman will voice Batman. She might have been in the series. Keith Ferguson, Olaine Soule. I'm trying to go to the first Batman movie first because there's like an old school one that I wanted to talk about. No, I'm trying to type it in, y'all. Sorry. This is like, and this was like in the 1930s. Yes. Okay. So this is okay. So the first Batman series, now moving towards TV/movies. Well, no, I don't know what I'm doing. Be sure to put your comments in the comment section, please. The first Batman movie was released in 1943. It was actually a 15-chapter movie serial by Columbia Pictures. Its title, Batman, stars Lewis Wilson as Batman and Douglas Croft as Robin. The series also featured the first live-action versions of Alfred and Linda Page, who I don't know who that is. It's notable for being one of the earliest adaptations of Batman in other media. And they got a clip. Oh my goodness. In 1943, in the 1943 serial is also known for its campaigns and served as inspiration for the 1960s Batman series. It follows Batman and Robin as they battle against Dr. Daka, a Japanese scientist during World War II. The serial is characterized by its use of cliffhangers at the end of each chapter, a common feature in the movie serials at the time. It's also noted for wartime racism and the unintentional humor that can be found in the portrayals of the characters. So, yeah, those series back in the 1940s, they did have some racism problems. Dr. Daka, Tito Daka, are they for real? I mean, I don't remember this one. But I would be remiss if I didn't talk about my favorite Batman. My favorite Batman, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to fight with you. I'm not going to have no discussions with you, is Adam West, period. This is my first exposure to the Batman character. For all of you that do not know, there was a series way back in the 60s, and the theme song was like this: na 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 na. Batman. That was a whole song, right? And it came on in 19 what year did it come on? I want to say 65. I want to say 1965. I was wrong. It came on in 1966. So this show is really, again, this is my first introduction to the Batman series. You had Adam West, as Batman. You had Burt Ward as Robin. You had that old guy as Alfred. But it was so over the top, right? I mean, the fighting scenes where words would just pop out of the screen, and what I like they did the first two seasons, and I don't know why they didn't do it the last two, like the last one, where they would have like the cliffhanger. So, oh my god, it was so good. I really like this. I think that, to be more serious, I do think that Adam West was a slightly better Bruce Wayne than Batman, because that costume, if you look back on it, like, ooh, okay, I guess that was the shape of man back at the end of the day, but it was it wasn't looking too good. So I think, like I said, I think he was a slightly better Bruce Wayne than Batman. Um, and you have to ask yourself, like, one of the things they did in the show. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the show for a long time before. No, let me go to the list first and then talk about the show. So Adam West was in it. Burt Ward, Alan Napier played Alfred. Neil Hamilton, he was the commissioner. Then there was Yvonne Craig. She was Batman. She was Batgirl. Cesar Romero was the Joker. Burgess Meredith was the Penguin. There was really only one Riddler to me, and that's Frank Gorshin. I'm not gonna talk about John Aston. Not your fault, but you was a terrible Joker. Rest in peace. Julie Newmar was the Catwoman. Eartha Kitt was the Black Woman. Vincent Price was the Iceman. Cliff Robertson was Shane. That episode they said, Shane, don't go away, Shane. And like I said, every episode for the first two seasons, they came on twice a week. And they would have like a cliffhanger. So they'd come on, like, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday. It was like back to back, right? Or Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday or Fridays, back to back. And sometimes they would have a 3-parter where the villains would like team up. That'd be like the Joker and the Penguin and Marsha Queen of Diamonds. Then I'm trying to think about some of the ones that really stood out to me. I'll tell you this, the thing that stood out to me about the 1960 show, 66 show, besides the movie, which I'm going to talk about the movie. What stood out to me was when there was like any crime. I don't care if it was a cat stuck in a tree. I don't care if it was an old lady trying to cross the street. The commissioner would always go to, we know who to call. And then they would have like this red phone and like this like cake thing, cake cover where you put the cover over the cake, and they would just like lift it and just would call Batman. And then, of course, Bruce Wayne would get the call, and him and Robin would go down this pole. And then somehow between right down the pole, they've changed from Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson to Batman Robin. How they did that, I don't know, because I'm thinking, okay, you just slide down, you don't like actually get out your clothes. And then what did you do with the clothes that you got out of? But I really love the 1966 series. Also love the 1966 movie. Was it over the top? Absolutely. Absolutely, positively over the top. No doubt about it. It was supposed to be over the top. That's what it was meant to be. So to me, it accomplished all the goals. In terms of, and I know I said, oh, I'm just going to do Batman actors. I think another reason why Adam West is my favorite is because, again, he was my first exposure to the Batman characters. I've never read the comic strips. See, this is different because unlike Superman, when I watched Batman in syndication, I didn't know the backstory. Okay, whatever. I kind of knew Wonder Woman's, but I can't do a Wonder Woman special because like what, Linda Carter, we're gonna talk about it for an hour. But it was my exposure, right? I didn't know anything about the comics. I had never seen, like, I saw, nothing. Like, the Superman movies made me read the comics so I get to understand the backstory, right? But I never have read the Batman comics. I don't know if Batman's out here having kids. I don't know if he's out here killing people. I don't know anything, right? So I'm just, it was my first exposure, and I think I liked it because, again, it didn't take itself too serious. It was like, oh, the kids can watch this because there was never, they had guns, but I promise nobody ever shot a gun in those episodes. Nobody hit women. Nobody um, assaulted animals. It was just a good time for kids, and I could see why kids really, really liked the show. And of course, for the adult audience, I could see why adults would like it too, because it's just a release. For me, like the later actors that played it, yes, they went back to their comic roots and made it darker, but I couldn't handle it. Like, my mind couldn't handle the darker Batman because I was so influenced by the 1966 version, right? Like, it just really made that type of impact on me that you could just say, hey, this is going to stick. And I didn't think it would stick. And FYI, Adam West also did the voice of Batman in some of the Super Friends cartoons. I did not know that. I was a couple, like, I learned that in, like, way, way later in life. I didn't know. Why they never put him in any of the Batman movies, I still don't understand that. But of course, he's gone. Rest in peace, Adam West. But he was also the mayor. He also voiced the mayor in Quahog on Family Guy. But just my overall favorite Batman. Just made it like he was serious, but he didn't take, like, the writers didn't take it serious. Like, right? They were going for, hey, let's have a fun time doing this. Let's make this fun for the audience to watch. Let's just do this and give the audience an escape mechanism. And I think that's what I miss in terms of the later Batman films. They were so dark and they were so violent and they were so filled with fighting. And I'm like, ooh, that's too much. That's too close to reality. So I think that's why I like the original 1966 series, is because it let me have that escape for a few, like, for 30 minutes. Because when I was watching syndication, it would just come on back to back. I didn't have to wait a day. I would just watch one episode, watch the next. And it's still, and you can tell that's what the Batman and Robin movie was trying to go back to, but they missed the point, right? They missed like, they overdid the campiness, and that is possible. Like, you can overdo campiness, and I think they overdid it. I mean, it wasn't dark at all, but it's like, ooh, you missed the point. You missed the point of laughter. I mean, we laughed at it. Like, we were laughing at it. We definitely were not laughing with it, right? We were not laughing with Batman and Robin, the movie with George Clooney. We were laughing at it because I think they took themselves serious and were trying to make a serious campy movie, and that can't be the intent, right? You have to if you're going to make a campy movie, you've got to be campy all the way through it, right? You can't just be like, we're going to just throw this in there and throw that in there. And that's it. Those are just some of my thoughts about actors that have played Batman. I do not know what the topic is going to be next week. I'll probably come up with that tomorrow. However, join me at 7:00 p.m. for the Justice Is Here podcast. It will come on at 7 p.m. I have 2 guests scheduled again, so we're going to have a good time. We'll be talking about some more updates that we have to share with you. Also, be sure to tune in at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And to tune in this Thursday, I am doing a special episode of the Tracy Show Tuesday. Wait a minute, hold on a second. I believe it's Tuesday. I believe it's Tuesday, or it might be Thursday. Okay, so join us Thursday, June the 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have a special episode of the Tracy Show. Kayla Fitzgerald will be our guest. If you've seen her before, she was on our Voices Our Future forum that I recently did. So that's a very special episode this Thursday. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this podcast, share your comments on this episode and any other previous episodes. Remember to join the mailing list. Remember that the channel fundraiser, which I again am trying to raise $700 because I don't have enough money to keep on StreamYard, and I just don't. So I'm trying to do something to raise money to keep this channel free from the little duck that comes in the corner. But support me in that. I will see you at 7. Thank you very much for watching, and have a fantastic evening, day. Bye-bye.